Hey, welcome back to the channel. My name is Alex and we're doing a video series on my 2023 Colorado Z71. And in this episode, we're gonna try adding side steps. Now, since this is a new model, there's not very many options for the 2023. Now, what I've heard is that 2015 through 22 side steps for the last generation Colorado will fit on the 2023. So we're gonna try that. I picked up some cool side steps off Amazon, and we're gonna try and install them, so stay tuned. Pick this kit up off of Amazon. I'll leave a link in the description below. So you've got 4 brackets per side, hardware and instruction manual, and then the side steps themselves. Now you notice that everything's in 2 different colors. So the green bags are the driver side and the clear bags are the passenger side. So you can see here your mounting brackets in green are for the driver, and we have passenger side here. So I've heard this is a pretty straightforward installation. I installed side steps on my 2016 Z71, so let's get this going. One of the things I like to do is lay out all my hardware so I can make sure I'm not missing anything. I can reference the numbers on the instruction manual to make sure everything is here. Also, it gives you a good idea what you're working with, and you can go ahead and get your wrenches ready so you're not having to constantly make trips to your toolbox. So our first step is we're going to install these fasteners along the frame rail. There's going to be 4 on the bottom and 4 on the inside top of the frame rail. So let's start with that. And the manual states that you want to start on the passenger side. So I really don't think it matters whatever side you want to start with, but we'll go ahead and start with the passenger side. So you're going to get underneath the truck, and you're going to see 4 plugs just like this, and there'll be a hole next to them. There's one here, there's one there, another one here, and then towards the very front of the truck, right there. So we want to go ahead and pop those covers off, and you could use like a flathead screwdriver to get that off, just like that. Just like that. That is the front of the vehicle right there. We're going to take the fasteners, and they're going to install just like that, right up here. You just insert it in and push it forward. And make sure the hole's lined up. I'm going to go ahead and put these in for all 4 down the bottom side of the rail. You might need an assistance of a tool or something to kind of push it in because it is a bit stiff. So this is the inner rail. You're going to see these plugs right here. There's one, this is the very back of the vehicle. That's the back tire, back passenger rear tire. So there is a plug right there we'll need to remove. And then coming back up, the next one is right there, right above where we put in that second clip. And then we've got another one here. And then the front one is there. So we're going to pull all these out real quick. And they come out really easily. Now you might see this other plug here and think you need to pull it out, or this one here, but you don't. It's always the plug that's in the same area of the fastener that you put in on the bottom rail. That's it. Now we can go ahead and put our fasteners in here, and we'll be ready to mount the brackets after the fasteners go in. Now this one could be a bit tricky because this bracket's in the way. So it might take a little more force to get it around here so it will flex to get the bottom part of this fastener inside the rail. Yeah, so I had to kind of work it in by moving this up a little bit so it would clear this piece right here. Okay, now we're ready to install our brackets. Now, when putting on your side steps, manufacturers will label your parts, hopefully. So this one has a P right here for passenger. Kind of hard to see, but so these brackets, they may look the same, but they're cut differently for driver or passenger side. So make sure you've got the correct plates for the side of the vehicle you're working on. So next up, we're going to prepare our washers, lock washer, and these 1/2-inch bolts. And you just need a 1/2-inch socket wrench, and we can get those brackets installed. So I'm going to start with the passenger side front first. I'm going to grab my bracket. It's going to orientate something like this. And good news is it does line up. I'm going to start with the bottom one first, get that started. Then I'm going to get the top one started. And there's a little bit of adjustability up and down and then in and out. So once I get the side step on there, I might have to come up under here and do some adjustment to make sure it's nice and snug to the body. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to tighten these up, but not all the way. I want to leave some wiggle room so I can do some adjustment. We're going to move on to the other three. Now comes the fun part. These are the bolts we're going to be using to mount the running boards to the brackets. Come with a washer, and then you also have washers and nuts for the other side of this bolt. So you might want to enlist the help of a friend to help hold the side step up while you're getting your bolts started. And then after that, you should be able to do it by yourself. Let's do it. Didn't really say. So the idea is I'm getting the outside started and then we'll work our way on the inside. So one of the things I like about this particular side step that I got, it has this wide piece that's angled to match the body line. And one thing a lot of people notice once they put their side rails on, it covers up the seam right here, the factory pinch weld. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to start with the center bracket and bring it up and tighten it up so it's nice and close to the body, kind of like that right there. And that will be a nice line. It'll hide the seam and it gives it a nice finished look. So once you get all these bolts snug and tight, make sure your alignment is good from back to front so it's a nice even line. And then you can lock down all your bolts that hold the sideboard on. And then after you're done, go underneath the truck and tighten up both of those bolts that hold the brackets. Because remember, we left them slightly loose so there'd be some adjustment when we were installing this. And that's about it. After you get everything snugged up, you are done. And let me just say, this looks really nice. I'm loving how these steps look on the truck, and it covers up the body seam really nicely. It has this nice kind of angle down and looks really, really, really nice. So I ordered these on Amazon. I'm going to put a link in the description below for you guys to check out if you want to get your very own set of these. These are the HD Riders with the Z. But yeah, I think it looks really, really, really nice. Excited to be able to use these things now. So the installation for the driver's side is exactly the same as the passenger side. So just follow the same steps and you should be good to go. Well, hey, thanks for watching. I hope you learned something, and maybe this will help you install your side steps on your very own Colorado as well. So we have some other videos coming up with some more add-ons and mods to the Colorado. So stay tuned to the channel for that. If you like what we're doing, hey, hit the subscribe button. Maybe ring the bell, and that way you get notified when I release new videos. So until then, we'll see you soon.